Very tough East Kentwood. As Gomez will fake the handoff and Maday will take it all the way in for a touchdown. So just like that, East Kentwood scores yet again on a 3rd and 7 as Maday fakes the handoff to Gomez up the middle and instead takes the ball to the right, splitting the tackles, and he will score on that play. Early in the second quarter, East Kentwood is already up 14 points on the Rockford Rams, and that is not what Coach Munger or the coaching staff like to see. It'll be interesting to see what kind of changes they make, as that extra point is good. So now the Falcons are up 15-0 on the Rams when we come back. Welcome back to this OK Red Conference matchup that up to this point, I thought it was going to be much more competitive than this, but Rockford has such an explosive offense they could get back into this game pretty easily. They're down 15-0. Up to this point, their offense has been unable to move the ball, and the defense has not been able to stop the Falcons on offense. But we'll have to see what this second quarter holds, as well as the second half. It's Muhammad Saeed in there for the kickoff. And he boots it deep. That's a end-over-end kick. Fielded at the 10 by Novak. Novak taking it to the 20 and going out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. So that is where this Rockford offense that has been so explosive throughout basically the whole season, but more specifically through these past 3 weeks. They've won 3 huge blowout games each week, and their offense has yet to click tonight, yet to look like the offense that we saw in those past weeks. Whitaker is under center in that wishbone again. He'll hand it off. That's Schupel. Schupel taking it for a gain of about 3 there. That'll bring up a 2nd and 7 now for the Rams. So Whitaker on the season, he's only a sophomore, but he's had over 500 passing yards on the season, 9 passing touchdowns, 200 plus rushing yards, and 4 rushing touchdowns, but yet to do anything tonight as he hands off to Schupel. Schupel trying to bounce it to the outside, and they'll say he gained about 2 there, bringing up a 2nd and 5, they'll say. Rockford loves to run the ball, but I think at some point you need to realize that it's not working, at least not yet. I believe Rockford has yet to get a first down, which is not good at all. As Whitaker will hand off, that's Bradfield, that's Novak at the 50, Novak at the 40, Novak all by himself at the 25, 10, 5, touchdown. Hunter Novak taking it almost 70 yards there. So like I said, just like that, the Rockford offense can get back into this game whenever they needed to. And excuse me, that was actually Brendan McKellar on the touchdown there. That is his first rushing touchdown of the season, and it comes at a huge time for this Rockford Rams offense. As Corey will line up for the extra point to make this a one-possession game. And it dings the upright. So it'll still be a 9-point game, but that was definitely promising to see there. On 3rd and about 8, Brendan McKellar takes it 60 plus all the way into the end zone. The Rockford offense seemed to do what they've been trying to do all night there. They faked out the defense, and then McKellar probably could have just walked into the end zone. He was all by himself, no defender within 30 yards of him. Brendan McKellar mostly plays linebacker for this Rockford defense, but he's also a part-time running back. So just like that, Rockford is almost back in this game. It's still a 9-point game, but that was definitely promising, definitely good to see. So let's see if this defense can help out the offense by stopping East Kentwood here. As Corey and the kickoff team will trot out on the field, looking to hopefully pin East Kentwood deep, or at least not give up a big play, because we've seen quite a few big plays from Dorsey so far tonight. So let's see what Sam Corey, the junior, can do here on this kickoff. Part-time offensive lineman, part-time kicker. And that is a deep kick. Not a lot of height on it. It's fielded at the 10 and taken to about the 25. Returned by number 21. That was Gomez on the return there, who has a touchdown so far tonight. There's about 10 minutes left in this game. Left in this half. And if you're a fan of the Rockford Rams, then you know that we need to see a defensive stop here. They've had a lot of good defensive plays, but they've also given up a lot of big plays. So that's Maday in there, and that was a timeout by East Kentwood, so that is their last timeout of the half. With 10 minutes still left in the second quarter, let's see if that plays a factor in this half when we come back. Welcome back as both teams come back onto the field. So a storyline to watch the rest of this half. East Kentwood just used their last timeout of the half. So let's see what Maday can do here. He'll run into his back, that's Gomez, but he still manages to hand it off. Gomez ran about 8 yards on that play, but he was deep in the backfield, so it's only a gain of 3 there. So coming into this game, I definitely thought that Andre Welch was going to be the main running back for the Falcons, but it's been Gomez for sure. He's gotten a touchdown and a few big plays. Here he is again. And he'll pick about another 2 yards right there. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 7 now for this Falcons offense. And the Rockford Rams desperately need a stop here to try to get back into this game after that huge offensive touchdown last drive. Maday under center, throws right, that's Welch. And let's see where they mark him. That was close to the first down line. That was Remtima on the tackle. And it looks like he'll be about 2 yards short there. But let's see what the referees are talking about here. I'm not quite sure. The officials coming to talk to Coach Munger. Not too sure what's going on, so hold on tight with me here, folks. The big thing to pay attention to here is whether the play stands or not. So it looks like the punting units are coming out for both teams. So I have to be honest, folks, I'm not quite sure what that was all about, but nevertheless, the referees and the coaches worked through it. So it'll be 4th and 2. Falcons on the punt. Not a very good punt. Bradfield will just let it bounce, taking a nice East Kentwood bounce down to about the 27-yard line there. So that is where Jason Whitaker and his offense will look to repeat the success of the last drive. Let's see if they do when we come back. Welcome back to this 9-point game as the Rockford Rams are down 6-15 against the East Kentwood Falcons. Whitaker is under center, one back behind him. He'll hand it off. That was Novak, and Novak's still moving the pile. Novak might have picked up a first down on that play, and it looks like he did. So that play was dead in the backfield, and Hunter Novak, as well as the offensive lineman, dragged the pile for 10 yards, giving this Rockford offense a first down that they needed for sure. That was a great individual effort there by Novak to just keep his legs pumping, keep the pile moving, and pick up a first down there. So Whitaker's in the shotgun. It's Novak to his left. He'll look over the middle, and that's caught. And that looks like a first down. That was number 21, Darby. And let's see where they rule him, and they'll say he did pick up a first down before getting tackled. So 2 plays, 2 first downs, 20 yards for this Rockford offense that outside of that last drive has not looked good so far this game, but they're looking good right now as Whitaker is in the shotgun, back to his right. He'll fake the handoff, look left, throw left, and that's caught. That was number 25. He's still going. Excuse me, number 25, Isley. And Isley will pick up about 20 yards on that play, moving this Rockford offense down to the 30-yard line of East Kentwood. So 3 plays on this drive and 3 first downs This is exactly what you like to see, and I can't help but notice that 2 out of the 3 plays that they've run have been passing plays, so it looks like they're finally going to start throwing the ball, and that he does, and that's Novak. Novak picks a man out, and that's another first down there for the Rockford Rams as Hunter Novak catches the ball out of the backfield, takes it to about the 17-yard line of East Kentwood. This is a huge drive for this Rockford offense as well as the Rockford team in general. This is getting them back into this game, a game that did not look good just a few drives ago as the Rams were down by 15, but now they're only down 9, and they're threatening Whitaker. Oh, handoff, that's McKellar. That was a really interesting play there as McKellar gets hit hard. He was wrapped up in the backfield, and then that was number 11, Ansel Jeffries, who put the exclamation point on that run. That was a nifty little play there by this Rockford offense. Whitaker faked the first handoff, ran to his right, and while he was running, handed the ball off behind his back to McKellar, but it went nowhere as the defense sniffed it out. So Whitaker's throwing right. That's Bradfield. Bradfield, he's a speedy one. Bradfield all the way in for a Rockford touchdown. So just like that, this game is exciting yet again. 2 Rockford drives, 2 Rockford touchdowns. And that was Bradfield on the touchdown reception there. That was his 7th receiving touchdown on the year. Rockford has playmakers all over the place. From Novak to McKellar to the one who scored there, Bradfield. So that was an amazing drive there for this Rockford offense. That is exactly what you were looking for. And the kick is good. So it is a 2-point game now here at the Ted Carlson Memorial Stadium. We told you this would be a good game. It just took a quarter. So just like that, 2 OK Red powerhouses are right back in it. 5 minutes, 20 seconds left in the first half. Rockford is still down 13-15 over the Falcons, but their last 2 drives have resulted in pretty successful scoring plays. Rockford, that last drive, whatever they were doing on offense, they need to keep doing that, because there was only one play that drive that didn't result in a first down. And it was on a first down, so it didn't even matter. That was an amazing drive there. Exactly what Rockford wanted to see. And if you're East Kentwood, you might be up 2, but don't be sitting easy. We've given up 2 straight touchdowns to Rockford. Your last drive out ended in a 3-and-out. And Rockford's offense has all of the momentum here, as Corey will kick the ball off. That is a deep, deep kick. Fielded by Gomez at the 2. Gomez will get tackled at about the 16-yard line. And that is where Maday and this offense will look to try and respond, try and get some of the momentum back. And let's see if they do when we come back. Welcome back to this OK Red Conference matchup. The Rams are down 13-15, but they have all the momentum now as Maday fakes the end around, and he'll hand it off. That's Welch. Welch breaks the tackle. Welch is still on his feet, and looks like he picked up a first down on that play. If not, he was very close. as Maday faked the end around to Green, handed it off up the middle to Welch, who did pick up a first down. Picked up about 10.5 on that play, which will give the Falcons a first down. Maday is in the pistol. 2 receivers on both sides of him. That's Gomez behind him. So he'll run right, pitch it to Gomez. Gomez is stopped in the backfield, lunges forward to try to save something, but it'll still be a loss of 2 there for Gomez as they tried to run the option there, but there was no success. Nothing doing there for the Falcons offense. Maday pitched it to Gomez, and Gomez lost 2. And it could have been more if he hadn't dove forward. As there's a break in the action. Let's see. The officials are going to meet. And not quite sure what that one was either. But nevertheless, it looks like the action will resume after Coach Munger and the official have a quick chat. So they're still talking, so I guess it wasn't that quick. As you can hear, some of the fans are getting a little rowdy, not quite sure what's going on. It's good to hear that it's not only me. And the back judge will come up out of the end zone. And these fans are definitely getting a little rowdy. They want to see their Rams play. Maday snaps it, and there is all kinds of pressure, and he gets sacked and loses about 9 yards on that play. So we waited a good 30 seconds for a 9-yard loss there. Looked like the Rams' defensive line was getting a little rowdy and impatient too. And some of the fans don't like how long this is taking. But this is football, it's not a quick sport. You can definitely hear some of the fans getting upset. But can't do anything there. Maday is just tying his shoe. Not sure why they're upset about that. They just want to see some football. 3rd and long now for the Falcons. 3rd and almost 20. At their 15-yard line, Maday snaps the ball, looks right, scrambles right. He's under a lot of pressure. There's a flag. He's calling for blocks, and he goes out of bounds at about the 31-yard line there. So that's not enough for the first down, but let's see what the flag is for. And it's holding on the offense. Let's see if they accept it or not. I would assume they wouldn't, because that would bring up a 4th down. But it looks like they did accept it, so this Rockford coaching staff as well as the players want to get everything out of this drive as they can. As Rockford takes their first timeout. So after a couple of chaotic plays, Rockford needs to take a second to talk about things. So as they do, we will be back. welcome back to this game that has everyone getting a little bit excited. It'll be third and 29. I apologize for chuckling. I just couldn't believe that it was actually 29 yards. Rockford accepted that holding penalty, which backed East Kentwood up almost as far as they can be. Maday fakes the handoff, is in the end zone. He needs to get out of the end zone. And he throws it away. The nearest man there was Williamson, but it was out of bounds. So that will bring up 4th and 29 here for the Falcons. Let's see what Rockford can do here on the punt. You got to believe that Coach Munger accepted that penalty so that he could try and block a punt. So let's see how much pressure is sent. I imagine it'll be a very large amount of pressure. With 3 minutes left in the first half, East Kentwood winning 15-13 over the Rams, but if you've only watched the second half, you wouldn't know that they were winning. And it is blocked! The punt is blocked! So East Kentwood just knocks the ball out of the end zone. That'll be a flag! I'm not sure if you saw this earlier in the week in an NFL game, but in an NFL game this Sunday, a linebacker in the Seattle-Detroit game knocked the ball out of the back of the end zone, and they missed the call, so the refs wanted to make sure that they didn't miss this call. So it is a penalty, as we've learned over the past couple of days, especially here in the state of Michigan. We saw the Lions really get screwed over a non-call, but they do call it here. The officials don't want to miss that call. And it is declined, and that's a safety. So now this is where it gets interesting. The game is all tied up with 3 minutes left, and Rockford will get the ball back. So if they had accepted the penalty, it would have been a retry at the punt, and there was no sense in doing that. Rockford would take the points. So 3 minutes left in the first half, and Rockford is way back in this game after being down 15 points. At one point, they are now tied 15-15 with the East Kentwood Falcons, and they are getting the ball back. Obviously, if you get a safety, you get the 2 points and the ball. So now how smart does Coach Munger look for accepting that holding penalty on third down? I imagine he accepted it because he wanted to try to block the punt, and block the punt he did. That was number 4, McKellar, on the block. And Saeed was the punter who batted it out of the end zone. And he will be the kicker on this safety kickoff. So safety kickoff, obviously different than a normal kickoff. It'll be kicked off from the 20-yard line, which will give the Rams great field position on offense. As Saeed comes up to the ball, and that's a not very deep kick. It takes a bounce. That's Schupel recovering at the 40-40. And Schupel will take it to about the 47-yard line of East Kentwood. And that is where, for the first time tonight, this Rockford Rams offense can look to take the lead here. So let's see if they do. The last drive, they had a lot of passing plays. In fact, they only had 2 rushing plays. One of them, obviously, the great individual effort by Novak. The other one, that very odd trick play that went nowhere. The referee will throw the flag. That is 12 men on the field on Rockford. So that'll back the Rams offense up 5 yards, putting them at their own 48. So they move from East Kentwood's side of the field to their own, but they're still in prime field position here. Tied at 15 with East Kentwood after being down by 15. Feels like just a few plays ago, but it was about 10 minutes ago, game time, that they were down 15 points. 2 great drives, a lot of explosive plays, and a blocked punt later, and the Rams are all tied up with 3 minutes left. Whitaker is under center. He'll hand it off. That's McKellar, who had the huge 60-yard touchdown on their first scoring drive, and he will pick up about 2 yards on that play, bringing up a second and still long 13 at the 50-yard line for the Rams. So Whitaker is in the shotgun, a back to his right, 1 receiver on either side. He'll look right, scramble right, and he can run. He needs a block though. He'll fake the throw, and he'll just get what he can. Going out at about the 49-yard line, you can hear these fans asking for a flag for a late hit there. But I don't really think there was anything illegal about that. They started contact as he was in bounds, and they obviously just followed him out. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 13. Whitaker did not pick up anything on that scramble. There wasn't an intentional scramble, but Whitaker can definitely run. 3rd down now for the Rams. And there is a false start everywhere. Both receivers for the Rams were just a little bit excited on that one. Bringing up a 3rd and almost 20 from the 45-yard line. So this is not what you wanted to see if you're a fan of Rockford. After that huge block punt, gone backwards on this drive, but now Whitaker will throw right. That's the screen. That's McKellar. And McKellar shedding a few tackles. And he won't pick up the 1st down, but he will pick up about 15 on that play. Taking the ball to the 43-yard line as Sam Corey, the punter, comes out. So it looks like Rockford is just going to punt the ball. There's no reason to get dangerous now that you've finally come back into this game. 1 minute 30 seconds remaining in the first half. The first half that is a tale of 2 quarters for both teams. As Corey, that's a high spiraling punt, very high. Dorsey decides not to recover, but it takes a great Rockford bounce, and let's see where they mark it. Wow, and Rockford does recover it before it goes into the end zone. Novak was there, but he slipped. I think it was McKellar who ended up recovering it before it went into the end zone. So that'll set this East Kentwood offense up in the worst field position that you can have. Their own 1-yard line. 1 minute, 15 seconds left in the game. Excuse me, in the half. So we gotta watch for the pressure that Coach Munger brings on this play. I imagine East Kentwood will just try to run it up the middle, try to get some kind of room there for this offense, but this Rockford defensive line is one of their strong suits. And that's what this game is. It's won and lost in the trenches in that defensive and offensive line. And Maday will just dive forward, picking up about 2 yards there. So that is exactly what East Kentwood wanted to do on that one. Just had to get some kind of room for Maday in this offense. And we have an injured player. Can't quite see the number. Possibly 24, Braden King, one of the defensive leaders on this Rockford team. He's a senior. He's their sack leader, 38 tackles so far this season. And it looks like his arm, possibly his hand. He's also limping, so I'm not quite sure. He just got all sorts of banged up on that play. Came limping off the field. He's holding his arm very gingerly. So if he's done for the night, that will be a huge loss for Rockford, as he is really their defensive leader out there. He's like another coach on the field for them. So Rockford will come back out on defense. 2nd and 8 from the 3 for East Kentwood. 1 minute remaining in the first half. Maday is in the eye. He'll hand it off. That's Gomez. Gomez breaks the defense. Gomez is wrestled out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, so he does pick up a first down. So that was exactly what East Kentwood needed. Just try to take it to the half. Maday lunges forward for that first play to give them some breathing room on offense. And then Gomez breaks it out to the right side, as he has all night. So Maday will hand it off to Gomez again. Excuse me, that was Welch, number 23, and Welch will pick up about 1. Let's see how many plays East Kentwood can fit in here. There's about 35 seconds left on the game clock, as Maday is in the eye. One receiver to his deep left. He'll hand it off again. That's Gomez. Gomez running to the right, and he is met and wrestled out of bounds there at the 15-yard line, and it looks like that could be the last play of the first half, and indeed it is. So going into halftime, Rockford and East Kentwood are all tied up at 15. East Kentwood definitely won the first quarter, and Rockford decisively won the second. So during halftime, the homecoming court will be celebrated. Obviously, our very own, my partner Patrick Jackson, is on court, so make sure to check him out during halftime. And I will be back when action resumes.
camera's fine.
So fast down
Yeah, right.
Let's go. Welcome back from halftime, and I am rejoined by my partner and homecoming corps member, Mr. Patrick Jackson. How was it, Pat?
It was something, all right. We just walked across the field. It was a special moment, though.
You got applause from everyone here.
Yeah.
It was definitely awesome to see you out there at midfield. So, real quick, we have to get back to football.
Let's talk about that last play, that punt block.
Let's talk about that punt block. It was a great individual effort there by McKellar. Got free, blocked the punt, and then obviously that penalty when the punter batted the ball out of the end zone. But
I was right down there. Play. I was right down on that play.
Yeah, you saw that. How about the two Rockford scoring drives also?
Oh, beautiful play by Brendan McKellar. Brendan McKellar, he's an incredible athlete, and I have talked about him time and time again over this broadcast.
Yeah, we all have. He's really good. Ran over 60 yards on that touchdown on a third down, too. That's really important to note.
That is an incredible athlete right there. When you can go for 70-plus yards at a time with that consistent speed, that is what makes a great athlete great.
It definitely is. So, what are you thinking out of this second half?
Well, I'm looking for another high-paced action. The beginning of the last quarters and like the last half was a little rocky, a little slow. EK getting off to a slow start, but they started to pick it up, and they were the dominant person in the last half.
They definitely were. It was a tale of two quarters for that first half. East Kentwood dominated every aspect of the ball the first quarter, and Rockford just took control in the second, and that's why we're here now at a 15-all game.
15-15. That is such an odd number for a football score.
It really is a weird football number.
Normally you're used to 7s, 14s, numbers by 3, or sometimes 7, sometimes 3. But 15-15, it's a unique number.
It is. Obviously, East Kentwood scored that 2-point conversion on their first touchdown, and then Rockford evened it up with that punt block for a safety. That's why we're at 15s. So, when they take the field, they're just doing a little bit of practicing, a few stretches, stuff like that. When they come back for the kickoff, so will we. We will be right back. Welcome back to this 15-all OK Red game as the Rockford Rams and the East Kentwood Falcons are tied after a very good second quarter by the Rockford Rams.
Absolutely. I'm really looking forward to the Rockford Rams. Hopefully they'll open up that passing game, get a little bit going on that passing. EK looking good on the run and looking good on the pass. Rockford's just got to shut them down, and they have been doing that the second quarter. Let's see if Rockford can keep it up through the second half.
I want to take a little bit of credit because the first few Rockford drives, when they just ran the ball 3 straight times, we said, hey, why don't you throw it a few times? They throw it a few times, and look where we are now.
Jimmy, We were talking about earlier in the broadcast how you should not be a coach, but maybe you should be a coach. Maybe sports commentating isn't for you.
Only if you'll be my assistant.
Absolutely, I will be your assistant coach.
So Rockford will come out to receive the second half kickoff and look to take their first lead of the game after they could not move the ball after that punt block and then that kickoff. They couldn't get anything going on that drive, but coming out of halftime, let's see what kind of changes they've made, what kind of notes they've taken, and what they're going to do here.
If you're Munger in that locker room, what do you tell your team to get them pumped up for the second half?
We have them right where we want them. We were down 15 points, we came back. Just keep doing what we're doing and play a complete second half of football. Make sure to play well on defense. And if you're a receiver, get open because we're going to throw it.
You sounded exactly like a coach right there.
Saeed on the kickoff. An end-over-end kick that'll be fielded at about the 10. That's Bradfield. Bradfield, he's a speedster, turns upfield and takes it down at about the 33-yard line. So that is where Whitaker in this offense will set up.
Now let's see if Whitaker can make something happen on that passing game.
Obviously, their second touchdown scoring drive, it was 6 plays, and 5 plays went for 10 or more yards. So they're looking to repeat whatever they did on that drive.
Let's hope that they come out with the same intensity that they had in that second quarter. They were lacking it in the first. Hopefully they bring it to this half.
Let's see what Whitaker does under center, man in motion. He'll hand it off, and that's a wide open lane. That's number 25, Isley. And Isley, in one run, gets to the 48-yard line of East Kentwood.
As soon as he hit that hole, it looked like he got a little more extra speed. That's what a great running back can do. As soon as they hit that hole, they just get an extra burst of speed, and that's what brought him to that 50-yard line.
And that's really good to see if you're a coach on this team or if you're a fan of this team, because Isley's still a junior, so he'll hope to have a good year again next year.
This Rockford team and this Rockford offense is a very young class.
Whitaker is in under center, handed off. That's Isley again, and nothing doing that time. After the man in motion, nothing happened there.
Tried to do a little what they did last time, just reverse it to the opposite direction. Whitaker, he's looking good under there. He looks like he's got confidence, and he looks like he's commanded his offense very well.
Which is really good to see, especially I feel like we keep saying it, but there's not a lot of times that you see a sophomore quarterback starting for a varsity program, so it's good to see that he has that confidence.
Especially a sophomore who has led his team to 3 straight wins, and they're trying to make it a 4th tonight.
Isley behind Whitaker, he'll take it up the middle, and that's a gain of about 3. One thing that I really like about Coach Munger, if you get a big play as a running back, you're gonna keep getting the ball.
Absolutely.
That's what we're seeing so far here for Isley this drive. He had one huge run. He's gotten 2 straight carries, but it'll bring up a 3rd and 7 now for Whitaker.
If you're Munger right now, you got to go for the pass play. Maybe a screen, a little something to mix up the defense.
One thing to note is Tyler Bradfield wasn't out there for those past 2 plays, but he's out there now, and he's one of their top receiving targets. So let's see what Whitaker does here. Under center, man in motion. He'll fake the handoff, scramble left. That's a deep throw, but not deep enough, and that is intercepted there by East Kentwood. That's number 3, Williamson, and Williamson still on his feet, inbounds. Williamson down to the 50, and 2 flags come in late and behind the play, possibly a block in the back.
As a quarterback, you just got to know not to throw that play. You got a man in triple coverage. You knew if you threw that ball up and you put it up, it's going to get picked off.
I think he was just trying to get his man Bradfield to make a play, but couldn't get enough air under the ball. He was thrown right into the defense's hands. Not looking good on that one after a good-looking drive up to that point, but that play was not too good. So let's see what the referees call here. I think it was a block in the back, and if it was, then it'll be marked at the spot of the penalty, and then you'll go back a few. So if there's any kind of saving grace for Rockford there, It is that, and it was a block in the back, so that will back up East Kentwood. Way back, oh my goodness, back to the 16-yard line. So a huge interception return is all for nothing as they're at the 16-yard line.
Now Rockford, they can't let this get in their heads. They need to make sure that EK knows that that was a one-time play. They're not going to let them get anything on this play. They need to stop that momentum. EK right now has that momentum of getting an interception. And once you get that, once your defense get that, as an offense you know, hey, they did their job, time to do ours. Let's get this momentum going.
Maday hands it off to Gomez, who tries to run right, and he'll only gain about 2 on that play.
EK is just trying to push it right up the gut, get those extra few yards, and then maybe make something happen on 3rd or 2nd down.
That's what they've been doing for most of this game, and aside from a few big plays, it hasn't really worked there.
And you can't underestimate EK's passing game. It has been phenomenal so far with those 2 great long passes so far.
So Maday in shotgun, he'll hand it off. That's Gomez. Gomez is really fast. Jukes back around, but he is taken down there by Bradfield after a gain of about 5.
On that play, Bradfield read it, went to the left, knew that he messed up, switched over to his right, booked it real quick, and he got the tackle. That just shows great athleticism right there.
I think if you're Rockford, you got to be thankful that he only picked up 5 because Gomez had a full head of steam as he was tackled.
Gomez is one of those running backs, keeps his feet chopping, and it's going to be hard to bring him down. Because if a running back has his feet chopping, he's going to keep moving.
So Maday now, he'll hand it off to Gomez again, and he is stuffed. They'll say a gain of about 1. Oh, maybe 2 or 3. Let's see where the spot is.
A little pushing and shoving after the play, but you know, that's all football right there.
Maday was hit hard right at the line of scrimmage. And it looks like it'll be 4th down.
You got to go for it. As a coach, you got to go for it. Absolutely.
What do you dial up here on this 4th down?
I say right up the middle. Give it to a big guy. Let him push through.
And it looks like Coach Kimbrough is going to do just that. So on 4th and 1, East Kentwood is going to go for it. Maday trying to draw the defense off sides, and he doesn't. So he looks back at his coach for a play. Maday. Oh, and it looks like it'll be a false start. That was a false start there by one of the East Kentwood offensive linemen.
That is not what you wanted if you're an EK fan right there. You did not want that to happen. You were so close to the 1st down, and now you just got it brought back 5 yards.
That was a great job there by the Rockford defense, too, making sure they didn't bite on that offside call, making sure that they didn't fall for that hard count there by Maday.
That play was super vital because now it forces EK to punt the ball away to Tyler Bradfield, and we've talked about him all night and how much of an incredible asset he is to the Rockford Rams.
And Bradfield is at about the 50-yard line, looking to receive this punt. And again, he runs to the right, and it's a very high, very short punt.
Looked like he tipped it a little bit.
And it gets an EK bounce, but that's not really much.
That's definitely not where that punt was intended to go. It looked like one of the Rockford Rams defensive players got a little hand on that ball and tipped it up.
One way or the other, it's only about a 30-yard punt. So Rockford's offense, led by Jason Whitaker, will look to score again here. And as we've said, the past 2 drives for the Rams look to take their first lead of the game.
Now let's see if Jason Whitaker can take command or the control of his offense and command them to another touchdown. This is a key drive right here.
So Whitaker is under center. Man in motion, he'll hand it off. That's Isley. Isley going up the middle, breaks the tackle, but only gets about 1.
Isley's another one of those young underclassmen who is an incredible athlete. He runs track, he does football, he does it all, and he's incredible at what he does.
So Whitaker comes back out there after getting the play call. And on 2nd and 9, let's see what Rockford does here. Obviously, it is homecoming game for Rockford, looking to get that win in front of their home fans. The homecoming dance is tomorrow.
And I believe last year we played Granville. Me and you called that game as well, and we also got the W. That was our first game, second game calling together?
Yeah, one of the early ones.
Yeah, yeah.
But Rockford did great last year on homecoming night. Looking pretty good so far tonight.
Absolutely.
Few mistakes here and there, but who doesn't have those? As Novak runs to the right, Novak has room, Novak at the 30, and he's tripped up at about the 20-yard line there. And just like that, Rockford is in position to take the lead.
Now they're in that red zone. Red zone's where all the action happens.
So Hunter Novak on that huge play, one of the many playmakers on this Rockford offense. You got a good gain right there.
Rockford has so many playmakers and so many seniors who are able to lead this team, and that is what makes them such an incredible program.
Whitaker is under center. That's Isley behind him. He'll fake the handoff to Isley, hand it off instead to Schupel. Schupel makes a few moves, gains about 3.
Going back to that Hunter Novak play. Hunter Novak last year was one of those players that we always said, watch him, he's going to be incredible next year, and he absolutely has become incredible.
Absolutely, he has 4 rushing touchdowns on the season, over 200 rushing yards. That's great.
Absolutely. Talking about an incredible underclassman, running back, Nick Isley has been doing incredible tonight.
Whitaker is under center, fakes the handoff, looks right, throws right, and that's Ammon. Ammon stays in bounds, and he gets taken down at about the 4-yard line there.
Jackson Ammon's a big boy. It takes a lot to take him down.
He was rumbling and bumbling on that one.
I once saw Jackson Ammon. He is such a big boy. I once saw him eat an entire lasagna. And I am not over-exaggerating about this. He ate an entire lasagna one time.
That's pretty impressive.
It especially is.
Jackson Ammon, one of the tight ends that is mainly used for blocking, but can definitely catch the ball, and when he's in open field, he can make some plays. As Whitaker hands it off to Isley, who will gain about 1 there.
Munger trying to get that underclassman that touchdown.
So 2nd and 4 now.
Now, we just saw Brendan McKellar just came onto the field, and you got to be looking for him to get the ball because he is a powerhouse beast when it comes to inside 3, inside 5.
Brendan McKellar usually plays linebacker, also plays running back as well, so McKellar can definitely hit hard when he needs to. Whitaker has a man in motion. He'll hand it off. That's Novak. Novak! He's in for the touchdown!
Rockford takes their first lead of the night. Well executed play right there. Well executed.
That was a great drive overall for Rockford there, as Novak will take it into the end zone.
Hunter Novak saw a little opening. Wasn't much. EK wasn't given much. And he just saw that opening, took the opportunity, and drove that ball right in.
One thing we've seen Rockford do all year, if they have a lead, they're going to preserve it. So let's see if they can do the same tonight. They don't give up leads very often. And Corey's kick is good. So now Rockford leads 22-15 over the East Kentwood Falcons. And let's see how East Kentwood can respond when we come back. Welcome back to Rockford, as we just saw the home Rockford Rams take their first lead of the night after that great drive there led by Whitaker.
EK's got to make something going on this drive. They don't want the Rams to get up too far ahead, and with a drive like that, I would not want the Rockford Rams to have the ball again before you score.
One thing to take note to as well, these Rockford fans can get loud, so let's see the volume increase on East Kentwood's next drive. Corey will kick it off. That's a deep kick. Fielded at the 3, and he'll take it to the 20, and he is taken down at the 22. That was Thomas.
Corey doesn't normally have a lot of power on his kicks, but that one is kind of looking like Quinn Nordine out there. You think Penn State's going to be looking for another recruit from Rockford?
Sure. You can always use another kicker. And hey, if you're in a pinch, Sam Corey can play lineman for you too.
Absolutely.
So, as we have an injured Falcon on the field, that's number 3, Williamson. Keenan Williamson, the defensive back. He's a junior. He is in a lot of pain. So as they look over him, we will step aside. So Williamson is walking off the field with a lot of help there, so he looks to be hurt bad.
Hopefully he will be okay and able to return to the game. You know, injuries are part of this game, and you always got to give the respect that is due for getting injured on the field. There's no better way to get injured than going out on the field.
He's heavily limping, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with Williamson. Maday will hand it off to Gomez. Gomez, there's a big hole. Splits it to the outside. Gomez to the 40. Gomez, 45. And he is pushed out of bounds there. That was number 2, Hyder, who finally pushed him out of bounds at the 48-yard line.
Gomez has one of those quick abilities to change directions at any moment, and we just saw that on that play. He was going towards the Rockford defender and just juked him out right to the left. Beautiful run by Gomez.
Absolutely. He started off the run going to the right, ended up going to the left.
This EK team definitely has a wide variety of weapons in their tool shed.
So Maday's under center, man in motion. That's Welch. He'll hand it off to Welch, who's running right. He has a lot of room. Welch to the 50. Welch down to the 45 of Rockford. So 2 plays, 2 positive gains, and that is exactly what East Kentwood is looking for.
EK is getting some big yardage on these, moving their way up the field. Do you think they have a shot at this drive to score a touchdown?
Sure. If they keep running the ball like they have, I don't see why not. Maday is in the pistol. That's Gomez behind him again. Gomez runs up the middle, and he'll gain about 3, so let's see where they spot him.
First down is good.
Yep, there is a first down there. So 1st and 10 at the Rockford 44. So Maday comes back out, telling his offense to play. He's in the pistol. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Make sure to watch the receiver to his right. That's Patton. He has had a couple of big gains so far. Maday will throw the ball left. That's Welch. Welch, and he drops it. He had it for a second, bobbled it a lot, and Bradfield came in there and made sure that he didn't catch the ball. Even if he had caught it, I'm not quite sure how much yardage he would have gained. There were a lot of Rams in that area.
There's a huge stampede of them.
There was a flag. I didn't see the flag come in.
It looks like it's against the Rockford Rams, and it's a big one.
It's a huge penalty. I'm not sure what it was. I didn't hear a call.
About a 15-yarder right there. And that's never good. That's putting them right next to the red zone. 1 yard away from the red zone. And now, right about now, even if they do get stopped, they are in the range for a field goal.
Must have been an unnecessary roughness of some sort, because that is a big penalty there. As Maday hands it off, that's Gomez, and Gomez gains 1 on that play.
Looks like Rockford's kind of getting the hang of the EK run game, and he's shutting them down right now.
The only reason this drive is so successful up to this point is really that one huge run and then that penalty.
And EK has not thrown it once, and the one time they did throw it, they got a penalty. Their run game has been working incredible right now.
Maday is in the pistol. 2 receivers on both sides of him. He has Gomez behind him, who's had a huge night so far. Maday look right, throw right, and miscommunication there with his receiver Welch. He was not ready for that pass.
Now, if you're EK, the pass game has not been working for you. The run game was. I would give it to Gomez right now, put him to that open green, and hopefully he can get the first down, or close enough where they can get that 4th conversion.
And the fans were definitely upset with the officials there. They thought they missed a call.
It was a little late on the play clock.
So Maday in that same set, 2 receivers on both sides of him, Gomez behind him. Looking at a 3rd and 10 here as the Ted Carlson starts rocking. Maday will look right, throw right. That's a high throw, and it is out of bounds. Intended receiver was Patton there.
Thing is, EK is still in range for a field goal. If they get their guy, they quite possibly have a good chance at a goal, at a field goal. It won't be a touchdown to put them tying with the Rams, but they can have the ability to at least get 3 points on the board.
And Maday is coming back out there for 4th down, so they're going to go for it.
This is a bold call by the EK coach, but not much to lose because they're already down at the Rockford Rams side of the field. Might as well go for it. Go big or go home, as they say in the industry.
Absolutely. So Maday will look right, throw right, and he has Patton, and Patton makes the catch. Or no, he doesn't. So Patton is very upset with that call, and that'll be a turnover.
One yard
ball.
1 yard away from the first down. That's not gotta feel good. Not gotta feel good.
So Whitaker and this offense will take over at their own 17-yard line.
EK did exactly what I told them not to do. They gave Rockford another scoring opportunity. Now, if Rockford has an amazing drive right here, like they have been the past few drives, they might quite possibly put this game out of reach for EK.
Definitely. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Whitaker is under center. Man in motion. He hands it off. That's Isley. Isley running up the middle. Isley breaks a tackle, and Isley takes it to the 26-yard line.
Isley's got those chopping feet that cannot take him down.
He picked up about 8 yards on that play after running right through an East Kentwood defender.
Got to shut them down right here. Offense not looking too hot. The defense needs to be on their game right now if they want a chance in this game.
2nd and 2 for this Rams offense. Whitaker is under center. He's a man behind him and a man in motion. Fakes both handoffs, and the ball is loose, and they'll say an incomplete pass.
Whitaker got lucky on that play. It quite possibly could have been a fumble if he didn't get his arm over his shoulder quick enough.
That was very close there.
He did have the passing motion, so they are going to rule it an incomplete pass, but that was very lucky. He got pressured on the right side, or left side, my bad, and just couldn't make a play happen.
So now it'll be a 3rd and 2 for the Rams. I could very well see them just trying to run the ball here.
Give it to Isley.
Yep.
Give it to Isley.
You got to give it to some kind of back. You have a lot of strong backs, a lot of quick backs. You can do whatever you want, but Rockford will instead take their first time out with the play clock running down. So as they step away, so will we. We will be right back.
My feet are killing me.
Mine too. I'm like, oh, I've been sitting.
I'm gonna call from down here for a little bit. Let you know I'm not straight from my thigh.
Welcome back. The Rams offense is ready to play. The Falcons defense is not quite there. Still getting some calls in.
It's a great turnout tonight at the Ted Carlson Memorial Stadium. Huge crowd, and Friday Night Lights are a tradition for the Rockford community. Ever since I was a little kid, I remember these stands have been packed head to toe all over the place. Huge crowd in the lawn even.
Definitely is here again tonight. Whitaker under center, two backs behind him, man in motion, that's Isley. He'll hand it off. That's Novak, excuse me, McKellar. McKellar needed two, picked up about 9 there. So that was a great play call there by Coach Munger and this offense.
McKellar saw his hole, hit it, did exactly what he was supposed to do. That's what a good running back does.
1st and 10 now for Rockford at the 36-yard line. I could definitely see them just keep on running that ball right up the gut, trying to run some clock. Man in motion, takes the handoff, throws right. That's a deep throw. That's Bradfield. Bradfield takes it. Bradfield pulls his man, and Bradfield is taken down at about the 17-yard line.
Huge play by Bradfield. Huge play. And that just shows his universality. That was not a word. His versatility. And he can be a running back, he can be a receiver, he can be a linebacker, and he excels at all of them. And that play just showed you how well of a receiver he really is.
We came into this game talking about Bradfield a lot, and that was really his first big play of the game, but it was a huge play.
Absolutely.
So Whitaker is under center after that big play. Man in motion, he'll hand it off. That's McKellar. And McKellar fumbles the ball, and it's East Kentwood's football.
Going back to that last play, you got to give Jason Whitaker some props. That was a huge, huge throw. Beautiful play. You read the play well. The Rams could not capitalize on it, though.
That's too bad. That was a promising drive. McKellar was looking to gain quite a few yards, but just couldn't hold on to the ball at that one.
That's a devastating play right there. That's not what you want to happen when you're in the red zone.
I guess if you have to take away a positive from that, East Kentwood is going to have to start at the 4-yard line.
Hey, maybe we'll get a safety.
We've done it once.
Never know.
45 seconds left in the third quarter. And Maday will be under center in the eye. Receiver split deep to his right, man in motion. Maday will hand it off, that's Gomez. Gomez running to the right, and he is tripped up, and he has to dive forward.
Was he taken down in the end zone, though? Let's see.
Doesn't look like it. It looks like that dive forward saved East Kentwood of 2 points there.
Now Rockford, they just got to pressure them right now. Do not let them get anywhere, and maybe, just maybe, you can get that safety. An additional 2 points would be incredible right now for the Rockford Rams.
2 points and the ball.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that'd be a huge advantage right now.
And it looks like both teams are just gonna go to the fourth quarter, and that is indeed what they do.
Rockford Rams are holding up the fourth on their hands. You know what that symbolizes? It's not over to the fourth quarter.
Absolutely. So going into the fourth quarter, Rockford is up 22-15 over East Kentwood. East Kentwood does have the ball, but not in a good field position. Let's see what happens when we come back. Welcome back to this very intense matchup. It is coming down to the fourth quarter. Rockford is up by 7 and looking to possibly go up by more.
Some people who do not get enough credit for being at the Rockford Rams football games is the band. They provide such a key part of this tradition and this experience. The band pumps up the student section, makes sure that everybody's having a good time, and it's just an all-around good experience.
And that is an interception there. Maday threw the interception. He was hit hard at the end of the play, and he's still down in the end zone. East Kentwood coaches are challenging the play or the call of an interception, but it looked clean to me as Maday is walking off very slowly. One thing to note there, even if the Rams don't score here, Maday has been their leader, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with him. Hopefully he's okay.
Rockford Rams are in that red zone. Let's see. This is a blessing, and let's see if they can capitalize on it. Because last time they could not. They had that fumble. Let's see if they can make different choices and not the same mistakes that they did last time.
Whitaker is under center. He has a man behind him. That's Isley. Man in motion. He'll hand it off. Isley up the middle. Isley breaks a tackle. And he'll be close for a first down on the first play there. Looks like he'll be about a yard short, but that was a great run by Isley.
Isley is one of those junior running backs that we've been talking about all night long, who will be a key part of this Rockford Rams offense for years to come. And what is great about the Rockford Rams, just the entire team, is that they have a lot of universal players who can play offense and defense because they're just so athletic.
So Whitaker will hand it off. That's Isley again, and Isley pick up about 3 for the first down.
That's what you got to do. You got to work your way up, work your way into the end zone, and then when they're least expecting it, fake them up a little bit, throw an option in there, read to the right side, maybe a little pass play. Who knows?
We've been talking about how Quinn Nordine is hurt, not playing this game, but Sam Corey can still kick a field goal. I think you should have a lot of confidence in case nothing happens on this drive.
Absolutely. Sam Corey's an incredible kicker.
But he'll hand it off to Isley again, and Isley will gain about 5. So it'll be 2nd and 5 at the 5.
Well, you know how the saying goes, if it's working, why change it?
I'm not quite sure that's the exact words of the saying,
that
but
is not the exact words, but
if it ain't broke,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Don't fix it. There you go.
Those are the words I was looking for.
We knew what you meant. So Whitaker is under center now. He has Bradfield, receiver to his left. He'll pitch it. That's Hyder. Hyder takes the edge. Hyder looking for the end zone. He gets there. He's in for the touchdown. Andy Hyder. So just like that, the Rockford Rams score again.
That quite possibly just put this game out of EK's reach. They're down by 2 touchdowns, and let's see if EK can come back from this 2-touchdown deficit.
That might have been one of the best touchdowns we've seen in a while. Hyder took the ball all the way around the outside and then dove through a pile of defenders to get in the end zone. That was a great individual effort there by Hyder, who doesn't actually run the ball much. He's more of a receiver, but he did great on that play.
Hyder, another one of those excellent athletes who can play at any position. He plays football, basketball, and he excels at both of those sports.
And Corey puts the exclamation point on that drive. So now, coming into the fourth quarter with 10 minutes left, Rockford is up 29-15 over the Falcons after this game was tied at halftime.
We're waiting for this kickoff. We will be right back.
Welcome back to this game that has gone from competitive to 2 possessions. East Kentwood is trailing by 14 points, and they will receive the kickoff.
29-15 with 10 minutes left in this game. Jimmy, what have the Rockford Rams done well this game? Why are they in the lead?
They've run the ball, and they've run the ball a lot, and they've run it well. They're getting the holes they needed, and that's exactly what you got to ask for.
Well, it ain't over till the fat lady sing. It's not over until the fat lady has sung, and I have not sung yet, so let's get this game going.
All right, I don't know about all that. Corey will kick it off deep, and he bobbles it, but he picks it back up and take it to the 25, down to the 30. That's Gomez. So he bobbled the initial fielding, but then took it to about the 30-yard line now.
EK's just got to do what they know what to do, and that's run the ball, throw in a little bit of passing, and hopefully they can get some drives and make a little way. Defense just needs to hold the Rockford Rams, and it's a hard task to do right now because the Rockford Rams have so much intensity and so much fight in them right now because it's their homecoming night and they want to defend their home field.
So I don't want to say that we were right, to toot our horns too much, but we did mention at the top of the broadcast how much more depth Rockford has and that it would play a factor in the later part of the game, and looks like it is.
Absolutely. You got to believe that EK roster is getting exhausted right now.
As Maday shakes the defender, throws. His intended receiver was Patton, and he couldn't come up with it.
As a quarterback, as soon as you get out of that pocket, your field of vision narrows so quickly, and you can't see the field completely perfect all the time. And so that's why, as a quarterback, you really need to have good pass protection and good pass blocking so you can have that pocket available so you can see the field entirely.
One thing to mention is that Maday is still out there, so whatever kind of injury he might have suffered on their last drive, it must not have been too bad.
Might have just tweaked his ankle or something.
Yep. So
happens to the best of us.
He is under center. Gomez behind him. 2 receivers on either side. Fake the handoff. And he is popped. It looks like it'll be a defensive pass interference, but I'm not quite sure. It looked like he was there on time. But I imagine that's what the referees will call there. And it is. So that will give this Falcons offense a lot of free yardage. And you can kind of hear the fans, they don't like that call. I'm not quite sure I do either.
Well, that'll give EK that momentum that they need to get this scoring drive.
They will restart their offense at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 now.
Now the question is, Jimmy, at this point in the game, if EK gets this goal, do you go for the onside kick?
I think you gotta. Down 2 touchdowns, I really think that you have to.
I always had a rule with my brother. We used to play Madden back in the day, and we only could do onside kicks in the 4th quarter. So if you were down, you had to do an onside kick, and that was just a rule that we had.
So Maday will look right, throw right, and Patton was an intended receiver, but he just couldn't come up with the catch. But there is a penalty, and it was on East Kentwood.
There has been a lot of penalties tonight.
We definitely have. This rivalry between East Kentwood and Rockford, we know that runs deep, so I imagine that's why the players are getting a little chippy tonight. And it was on East Kentwood, so that'll back them up 5 yards to the 40-yard line.
It just seems like there's been a flag every other play. Like, EK gets a good 15-yarder, and then they get brought back 10 more yards. And it's just an endless cycle, and that's going to kill EK if they keep having that.
So Maday hands it off to Gomez, who will only gain 2, making it 2nd and 13 now. He was brought down hard there by Bauman.
Bauman's a big boy. Huge. 6'5", just a massive boy. Plays lacrosse, absolutely lays kids out.
We know he can hit hard, and that's what he did right there, as Maday is under center.
His nickname is Gabe Zilla because he looks like Godzilla. That's how huge he is. You know you got to be a big boy when they name you after Godzilla.
Absolutely. So Maday is under center. Gomez behind him. 2 receivers to both sides. And the referees almost missed that call of delay of game, but they got it. So that'll back East Kentwood up yet again. I feel like I've been saying that a lot, like you said.
It looks like Maday just needs to really manage his time better. There's been too many close calls where the play clock has gone down, and that was just one of them that he could not get off in time.
One thing I've noticed too is that they're not setting the play up very quick. I think they got to do that a lot quicker because they're setting up the play now, and almost 15 seconds have already come off the play clock.
Like we were talking about earlier, that extra depth that the Rockford has, EK is clearly getting tired and lackadaisical.
And Maday is brought down there by Gabe Bowman. He sacked the quarterback with one hand there.
Gabe Zilla reaching out, was getting blocked by his defender, reached out like, not today, you ain't getting this pass off, and pulled that man down. That's an incredible athlete right there.
That was an amazing play. Gabe Bowman sacked the quarterback while the offensive lineman was still blocking him.
Gabe Bowman been getting some looks by Davenport. Might go play Davenport next year.
That might have been one of the best defensive plays I've seen in a long time there by Bowman.
He's awfully close to that collar, though. Might have been called a horse collar.
So Maday now, 3rd and 29.
Rolling out Bowman with the big hit.
He finds his man, that's Welch, and Welch will only gain about 3. So I never thought it could happen, but for the second time tonight, East Kentwood had a 3rd and 29, picked up about 3, maybe 4, making it 4th and still very long.
Maday very lucky to get that pass off. Bowman was coming in like a truck and just was laying the wood on that quarterback.
So we have Saeed in there for the punt. Bradfield back to receive the punt at the 40-yard line. And if Rockford scores on this drive, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown, you gotta start thinking that the game's pretty much over. Low snap, but a high punt. Bradfield will return it at the 37, and he takes it to about the 42-yard line. So as this Rockford offense sets up, we will step aside. We will be right back. Welcome back. Rockford's offense will take the field yet again, leading 29-15, 7 minutes left over East Kentwood. And they're really looking to seal the game on this drive. Whitaker is under center. The back behind him, I think that's Isley again. And it is. He'll hand it off. Isley. Isley to the 50. Isley to the 40. Still going. Isley to the 35. Isley all the way down to the 32-yard line.
Right there, he just kept his feet chopping. When you got your feet chopping, you cannot be brought down easily.
That was an amazing run there by Isley. Pickup of about 20 yards on that one play.
Munger has been utilizing Isley so much and so well tonight. Isley has become a key part of this offense this game.
And it all started with that one huge 20-plus yard run early in the 3rd quarter, and since then Isley has seen no rest.
I don't think he wants rest.
Can't say he does. Whitaker's under center, man in motion. He'll hand it off. That's Isley again. And Isley will gain about 2 on that play.
Bradfield stepping onto the field. You got to be looking for him on this play. Got to be.
Passing play or running play?
Ooh, most definitely a run. This run game has been doing so phenomenally well versus this EK defense. I say give it up to Bradfield to get him some room and let him take it in.
Whitaker is under center. That's Isley behind him again. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. He'll fake the handoff. No, he'll hand it off. That's Isley. Isley going to the 20. Isley down to the 15, and he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
That was a tricky play. Jason Whitaker did an amazing fake, faked it off to Isley, but he actually handed it to Isley, but it just made it look like a fake. That was an incredibly well thought out play.
We can't explain it. We can't explain what just happened.
Very well executed. Very well play call by Coach Munger.
That looked like the same play that they tried early in the second quarter with McKellar. It looked like Whitaker just rolled out, faked the handoff, rolled out behind the back, and just handed it off to him. Either way, Isley had another huge gain. He's having a game of his life tonight. And that was a false start there by Rockford. Back him up 5 yards.
Jason Whitaker not happy with that call.
So it'll be 1st and 15 at the 21 of East Kentwood. And you can just see, just looking at the players, how gassed they look, how tired they are. They have their hands on their hips, kind of slouched over.
You got to give it up for these fans, though. They have been here for 4 quarters, and they keep up the electricity, and that is why I honestly, personally, I feel like fans are a big factor of why the team is doing so well. Because the team sees the electricity in the fans, and it shows on the field.
Definitely. Whitaker fumbled the snap, and East Kentwood is saying they have it. So let's see if they're right. And they do. So that is not what Rockford wanted. They still can't seem to put this game away. Despite being up 14 points, they seem to keep making mistakes in the red zone.
This has been a game of penalties and turnovers.
Whitaker just fumbled the snap, talking to his offensive lineman on the sideline, saying, "That was my fault, dude. That was my bad." Just couldn't handle the snap, and East Kentwood recovers. So let's see what they do here. 5 minutes, 40 seconds left in the game. They're still down 2 touchdowns. They have not done anything since the first quarter, really. Maday will throw left. That's Patton. He had the huge catch early in the first quarter, and he'll gain about 5 there.
I can't tell if this EK offense is slowing down, or if this Rams defense is picking up the pace or the intensity. EK is still looking solid on offense, but the Rams have it seems like they've got a little fire under them. They're ready to hit.
They're still taking a lot of time off the clock, though. From play to play, about 15 seconds have passed. So Maday will scramble right. A lot of pressure. He'll throw right. That's Welch. And Welch will pick up about 4 there. Let's see where the spot is, and let's see if they give him the first down. And they do. They don't even bring out the chains for that. And you can hear the fans are not happy about that. It was a good spot, but I probably would have brought the chains out if I was an official, but nevertheless. Maday throwing left, that's Welch again. Welch to the 40, and looked like he picked up another first down, and these Rams fans are not happy right now.
It looked like one of the officials may or may not have, we do not have the best angle up here, may or may not have missed a holding call. It did look like one of the receivers for EK was holding the Rockford Ram back so he could not get that tackle. But, of course, the refs make the final call. They are in charge, and they have the better angle.
Maday will scramble to his right, throw right, and that's caught. That's number 6 on that catch, Browley. And Browley will pick up a good 15 yards on that play, giving East Kentwood a first down on a drive that's looking good so far.
Maday is really utilizing the passing game right now. The passing game has been really shaky up until this point, but it looked like something clicked inside of him, and now he's throwing the ball perfect.
And it looks like Coach Munger is going to try to make some adjustments as Rockford takes a timeout. So as they step away, so will we. We will be right back. When you cough, Welcome back to this game where East Kentwood was amazing the first quarter but has not shown up since then. But this drive is looking pretty good. They're down to the Rockford 39. Let's see what they can do here.
Rockford just looking to hold them here. They do not want to give them the opportunity to come back into this game.
4 minutes, 45 seconds left. Maday will fake the handoff, run right, fakes a throw, and then is pushed out of bounds at the 33-yard line.
As a QB, you got to be hesitant about scrambling, because if you get hit, you don't know if you're going to get back up. Because when a linebacker or somebody sees the quarterback come out of that pocket, they're thinking, oh man, I got to hit that guy.
And Gabe Bauman just pushed him out of bounds. Didn't want to go too crazy, but did the job. It'll be 2nd and 4 now. Maday is looking right, throwing right. That's Patton, and Patton will pick up the first down after he gained about 10 on that play. So now Maday is under center.
They are inside the red zone.
And there's a lot of confusion for this East Kentwood offense. There's still a little bit of time on the play clock. Maday handed off. That's Gomez. Gomez tries to get somewhere, and he'll pick up about 3 after Gabe Bauman took him down on that play yet again.
Bauman just wrapped him up like a bear and's like, you ain't going nowhere.
So Maday now in the pistol, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. He looks left, throws left, over the middle, and then it's tipped, and that is caught. That was Welch. It looked like Braden King tipped the ball right into Welch's hands. That's a touchdown for East Kentwood.
Now, EK just got that touchdown. Jimmy, you think they're going to go for the onside?
Probably.
That'd be crazy not to.
Yeah, there's only 3 minutes and 40 seconds left, and honestly, your defense has not shown you that they can stop this Rams offense.
And you don't want to give the Rockford Rams another scoring opportunity on this drive.
Saeed is in for the extra point to make it a 7-point game. And it's a high snap, but it's a fake. And they got it. So that was Dorsey throwing it to an offensive lineman, number 70, Alexander Van Horn.
That was a great play by the EK offense, because now all they need is to put it in the end zone, and they have a tie game and then an extra point to put them in front of the Rockford Rams.
Unlike the first 2-point conversion, that one did not look accidental. That one definitely looked like they meant to do that.
Now, if you're Rockford, you just got to slow down this clock. You need to get the ball, slow down the clock, and try to make your way up the field. Utilize Nick Isley, and Hunter Novak, Brent McKellar, all your useful running backs in the backfield. You need to utilize them right here, and this is where it all comes down to.
So it is a 6-point game now. So if East Kentwood did happen to get the ball back, they could take the lead.
Absolutely. Football is a game of luck and skill, and let's see if EK's got some luck on their side.
This is a very long huddle for a kickoff, so you got to imagine that East Kentwood is planning something. They are coming out onto the field. Saeed will be the kicker. And out comes the Rams return team. I see a lot of their receivers out there for the Rams.
You got to have those guys with quick hands, especially if there's an onside kick right in the front row. You got to have somebody who's able to catch the ball and hold on to it, and that's why you need some receivers out there.
I see Hyder, I see McKellar, Bradfield, Novak, Schupel.
All their utility studs.
So Saeed will kick it off. And he just kicks it deep. Okay, that's kind of surprising there, I gotta be honest. And it bounces into the end zone, so Rockford will start at the 20-yard line. So as the units come out onto the field, we will take a quick break. As Rockford is up 6 points, we will be right back. Welcome back. Jason Whitaker and the Rams offense will look to use all 3 minutes and 43 seconds left on the clock.
Got to run down that clock.
Man in motion. He'll hand it off. That's McKellar, it looks like, and McKellar will gain 6 yards. So that was a good first play right there.
So right now, as an offense, you need to run down that clock, use as much of that play time as you can, and you need to make sure that you do not go out of bounds.
Definitely, and all of these Rams players on offense, they're all smart guys, and I'm sure Coach Munger had a good talk with them right before they came out there. Said the same thing you just did, so.
This isn't Coach Munger's first rodeo. He is a seasoned veteran leading the Rams to 3 or more state championships.
So Whitaker will hand it off. That's McKellar again, and McKellar will gain about 1, bringing up 3rd and short now. So 3rd and 3 for this Rockford offense.
EK's trying to fire up their crowd. Rockford Rams getting excited.
East Kentwood crowd is not as big as the Rockford crowd, but they are just as loud tonight. Whitaker is under center. Whitaker gets him offsides with that hard snap. So that is exactly what Rockford needed. No reason to put the play call up to chance. They get a first down.
Rockford getting close to that point where they can just knee it for the rest of the game. Getting close to that point, but they're not there yet.
There is 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game. The clock is running.
Now, if I remember correctly, Jimmy, last time we called this game on homecoming, it was against the Granville Bulldogs, and I do remember Landon Haney kneeing it for the last snap. Do you think that will happen tonight?
We'll have to see. It depends on how East Kentwood uses their timeouts as they take one here. I believe they have 2 left now for the game.
Also, another thing that I remember about that homecoming night, I remember telling you that if you guessed the prediction correctly, I would buy you Qdoba. And I never thought, I never paid up.
Nope.
So, we're going to have to go get some Qdoba tomorrow.
How about double or nothing?
Double or nothing? You want to keep the same score, or you want to call something else?
I'll say same score.
Same score?
Same score.
All right, I will go that the Rockford Rams put up at least another 3 or another 7.
Okay, all right.
Otherwise,
so what is double or nothing? Do you have to buy me Qdoba twice?
I'll buy you a burrito, and I'll get you a little bit of chips and guac, chips and queso, whatever your heart desires.
All right. Good luck. There's 2 minutes left. 2nd down now for this Rockford offense. Whitaker under center.
No drink, of course.
Obviously, right. Whitaker is under center and hand it off. That's Isley. And Isley will gain about 2 there. And East Kentwood will use another timeout. We'll have to see if that was their last timeout or not. There's 1 minute and 55 seconds left. 3rd and 8. So, what happens if East Kentwood gets the ball back and scores? What happens then?
Well,
Are we both wrong?
I guess that's a nothing for us. And
but you would still owe me the first Qdoba, right? Or no?
Double or nothing. You
so
guessed.
No. So it would be the nothing.
Nothing. It would be the nothing.
Ooh. This is risky.
It is very risky. There's a lot of possibilities that could be happening right now.
We have you on recording.
We do have me on recording. And also, as usual, I would like to give a shout out to the cheerleaders down on the sidelines. Without them, this game would be nothing.
Have you bought any of them, Qdoba?
No, I have not actually.
Well, you will, because I'm a cheerleader.
You are the best cheerleader in this booth.
Obviously. Whitaker and the offense comeback out there. He's in the shotgun set, no backs near him. He has 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Gets the ball, looks right, and he's got to throw it. He's got to throw it. He's under a lot of pressure. He'll throw it up, and it is just batted away. No, it's intercepted. East Kentwood intercepted the ball. That was number 10 on that interception, Entre Little. I thought it was an incompletion.
It looked like it, but Jimmy, I might not be buying you Qdoba.
You might not be buying me Qdoba, but we might have a longer game on our hands.
Absolutely. Especially, now EK right now, if they put it in, if they get that extra point, they have the lead.
They have the lead. So 1:41 left. Rockford still up by 6, but East Kentwood has the ball at the 3-yard line.
Rockford needs to make a play here, needs to stop this EK offense.
Right when we think that this game is over, we got a little plot twist here.
The theme of the night is unexpected twist, unexpected turnovers. Anything can happen.
Maday is under center, he hands it off to Gomez, and Gomez is stopped short. Gain of 2, it'll be down at the 1-yard line. The clock, obviously the biggest factor right now, and Rockford took a timeout. I'm not so sure about that. You want to run the clock as much as possible, I'd think.
Not in this situation, especially when you need the ball. It looks like EK is going to score, so you need as much of the time as you possibly want as a coach. And hope
to get the ball back.
Hope to get the ball back.
Man, this game, it's taken us on a journey.
I am in awe right now. There has been ups and downs, and EK brought it back. They brought it the first quarter, and they brought it the fourth quarter. And those are the 2 quarters, in my book, that matter.
That really matter, yes, sir. 1:27 exactly left on the clock. It'll be 2nd down at the 2-yard line for East Kentwood. I feel like there's no need to take a break. There's only 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Oh, there is 1 minute and 30 seconds left. They just added 3 seconds back onto the clock. I hope that your hearts as a fan are pumping as much as ours as we present you this amazing OK Red game.
Defense needs to be thinking here, we need to get this stopped. We cannot let them in.
Maday will hand it off up the middle. Welch. Let's see what they rule. Nope, they're saying he's down. He's short, so 3rd down now. 3rd down and 1 at the 1. Man, that was close.
You need to stack this line and make sure that EK does not have the chance to score. This is too close of a game to let them get this scoring opportunity.
It really, from up here in the booth, looked like Welch scored on that one.
Well, half the distance to the goal yard from the first yard. That's about half a yard away, and it's not looking good for the Rockford Rams.
Less than 1 minute left. Maday is under center. And hold on, there's a flag.
The theme of the night is flags.
And it was a false start. False start there on East Kentwood. That'll push them back to the 6, which is still doable, but not as doable as the 1.
Now, the Rockford Rams were just given a blessing. They need to capitalize on this right now. They need to say, okay, this is it, boys. We need to go, and we need to do this right now. Stop it here, and not let anything in.
And the clock is running, 45 seconds and counting now.
Everybody here at the Ted Carlson Memorial Stadium is on their feet, and you can hear the fans are ecstatic right now.
I can barely hear you, the fans are so loud. Maday is in the pistol, 2 receivers on either side. He'll look left, throw left, and Patton is in for the touchdown. So, Patton, the guy who made the huge play in the first quarter, makes another huge play in the last quarter. He gets the touchdown
Now
there.
the game is all tied up, and they're going for that extra point, and that'll put them 1 goal ahead of Rockford if they can capitalize on this extra point. It's disheartening.
You've been watching too much soccer. You said goal.
I have been playing a little FIFA, watching a little soccer.
It's all right. It's understandable.
28 seconds left. Can the Rams come out on top? Homecoming night. Let's see if a miracle can happen.
This is by far the most competitive game the Rams have played this season. They've blocked 1 punt so far tonight. Let's see if they can block a extra point, and if they can't, we know how explosive this Rams offense is. We've been talking about it all game. Excuse me. My heart is beating.
This is a very exciting moment right now. And this can either put EK over the top, or it could steal the fate for overtime.
It was very interesting hearing the East Kentwood reaction compared to the Rockford reaction. East Kentwood explodes. Rockford, you could hear a pin drop.
What you have to remember is even on a kickoff, you have useful tools like Tyler Bradfield that have the possibility to run it back.
Saeed is in for the kickoff. Biggest play of his life. Oh, and it was close. It was real close, but they did score the extra point there, giving them a 1-point lead. I thought Rockford was going to block that.
That was a beautiful attempt.
So 28 seconds left. Rockford will be getting the ball back. I believe they have 2 timeouts remaining.
They're going to have to use those.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Utilize Tyler Bradfield and Jason Whitaker's arm.
They have definitely scored in less time, but not under these circumstances.
Who would have thought that in the first quarter, with all those penalties and all those drawbacks that EK had in the first quarter, that they would be on top in the fourth quarter at the end of the game with only 30 seconds left. This has truly been an incredible game, and I'm glad that I could call it here with you up in the booth, Jimmy.
As am I with you, Pat. Both teams have at some point or another overcame a 14-point deficit. Rockford overcame it in the second quarter when they were down 15-0. Now East Kentwood overcame the 14-point deficit late in the game.
You got to give it up for both teams. Both teams have come out with intensity, fire, and ready to play. And let's see what EK will do on this kickoff. What do you do? You onside it? You go for it deep? What do you do?
You got to kick it deep, because if Rockford recovers the onside kick, they're in perfect position. Don't risk it.
But you also have that backfield. Brendan McKellar, Tyler Bradfield, Hunter Novak, Andy Hyder, all those incredible athletes.
I'll take my chances. They haven't done anything yet tonight. I'll take my chances. Let's see what Saeed does here. As East Kentwood pumps up the returnman. Saeed, it's a deep high kick. Fielded at the 10. That's Bradfield. Bradfield running up, and he'll get it almost to the 30. 23 seconds left.
You got to throw it deep. You want to know what they call it, a Hail Mary? Because you're praying to Mary that hopefully she'll help you, and that's what Rockford's got to do right now.
Absolutely. Like I said earlier, we have definitely seen the Whitaker to Bradfield connection score in a lot less time than this.
Absolutely. Let's see if Jason Whitaker, the sophomore quarterback, can put this team on his back and make something happen.
Whitaker is looking right, throwing right, and he gets the quick completion there to Hyder for a gain of about 5, 19.8 left on the clock. I get that you want to pick up as much yards as possible, but at some point you're going to have to take a shot.
You're going to have to go for the deep ball.
And how crushing would this loss be here on homecoming night?
Versus the EK Falcons, one of Rockford's biggest rivals.
Whitaker is looking right, throwing right, low pass, and that's incomplete. Intended receiver was Novak again.
15 seconds left with the third down. You got to go for it. You got to go ball or you got to go home.
At the very least, you have to get a first down. You don't want to go for it on 4th down.
Quite possibly even get it to the red zone. Maybe give Sam Corey a chance to get that field goal.
They've seen a lot of success on slant plays where they get Tyler Bradfield to beat his man over the middle. Let's see what they call here as Corey is practicing field goals on the sideline. Whitaker, and looked like a false start there by one of the Rams receivers.
It doesn't look like the Rockford Rams are going for that deep ball. It's been those short passes this past few times.
Like I said, I get that you want to get as many yards as possible, but at some point you're going to have to take a shot.
And you don't want that shot to be at the last second.
Right. It was indeed a false start, so that'll back them up 3rd and 11 now.
That's not what the Rockford Rams wanted in this situation with 15 seconds left on the clock.
They definitely don't need a reason to have to get more yards.
Whatever the outcome of this game, both teams have fought hard, and it's been an incredible game to watch, and I'm glad that I could call it with you once again, Jim.
Whew. All right, here we go. East Kentwood is sending Patton all the way back, playing safety. And let's see what the call is. It might be 12 men on the field. And no, it is not. I thought that because Patton was running back to the sidelines, but instead it's on the Rams again.
Jason Whitaker is going to have to put a long ball. That's even long for professional quarterbacks, unless, hits it Bradfield at the 50 and Bradfield makes a breakout run.
3rd and 16 now, 15 seconds still left on the clock. At the very least, you need to pick up the first, because you can call a timeout, try something else. Let's see what Whitaker does here in the 5-wide set. Looking left, scrambling in. He has to throw it, but he gets intercepted. That's Welch. And that'll be the end of the game, folks. Welch returns it to the 5, but it doesn't matter. 3.6 seconds left, and the Rams are going to throw in it. The Rams threw an interception, and that's going to be the ball game.
Well, Jimmy, it was a great battle by both teams, but unfortunately the Rockford Rams could not pull out the win. But it was a great game of football, and I'm glad that I could share this experience with you.
So now Rockford will drop to 4-3. East Kentwood will improve to 5-2. Both teams are 2-1 in the conference, but East Kentwood now has that half-game lead over Rockford because they won, obviously. So we will stick around until that last snap as Maday will knee the ball, and that's it. The Rockford Rams will fall to the East Kentwood Falcons on homecoming night. The Falcons scored 15 unanswered points to win the game, and that is how we will end it. So thank you all for joining us here tonight for a great night of football. I'm Jimmy Young.
And I'm Patrick Jackson.
Have a good night, Rockford.